Hey guys, Mike here. In today's video, we're going to recap everything we've so far done in finding our supplier and or manufacturer for our product, along with some new important factors, such as if we're getting price gouged in terms of shipping or the product itself, sending the payment, how to send it so that we don't get scammed and that we're always protected in our purchases. That's going to be fully broken down in this video. And also how to wean out like the best supplier and how to send the message so that you can get that sample order invoice and that finalized order invoice. Okay, so that's very important because we want to always do a sample order. That way we know exactly what we're getting before we make the larger order. And the sample order is usually just enough to run our business in the beginning. So ultimately I messaged 20 different tungsten suppliers. And tungsten rings, tungsten rings are this new thing that it always holds its shape. It's super resistant, and therefore it always retains its beauty. So it's a really nice looking ring type, and it comes in different colors and shapes. Okay, I was trying to find some examples, but there weren't any there. Ultimately, we contacted like 20 companies. It was during lunar holidays in China, so it kind of was a little bit slower than usual, but that doesn't matter. Ultimately, they did contact, and I did get 10, or honestly, most of them actually messaged back. 50% of them, so 10 out of 20, sent me actual catalogs with pricing of the product. And so if we just open this one, like they even organized it by material. So we have like titanium, copper, silver, and tungsten. So let's just slightly, let's just open up that real quick over here. Sorry, right there. Like, look how good these rings look. And look at the prices, $4, $5, insane, $5, $6. Remember, they're being sold somewhere between 50 to like $1,000. It's just insane. And so, yeah, crazy pricing, beautiful catalog. Look how optimized this is. This company does a really good job doing it. I think they're a combination between a manufacturer and a trading agent. Like they also buy product from other from other suppliers and resell it too. Ultimately, the prices are really good. The reviews on their Alibaba page is really good. Over here, it's basically 4.9 out of 5, 32 reviews. And it's like mainly their tungsten rings, and it's Western reviews too. We got even East African too, or West African. United States fast service, great product, great quality. You know, we can try another page too. Amazing quality, amazing. I love these rings, amazing quality. Okay, so amazing quality we got for this manufacturer that we found. So out of these 10 manufacturers that I found over here, I went through all their PDF files or catalogs, okay? And I basically picked the one that was the most organized, that had the lowest MOQ, that had the most diversity. I feel like the more rings they have, the better it probably is. And ultimately, out of these 20, so 10 of them sent the catalog. The remaining rest basically just told me to go on their Alibaba page and just swift through their pages, which is fine too. I don't mind doing that. I just like catalogs more, so I just stuck with the manufacturers that provided me with catalogs. So, and then like maybe only 1 or 2 actually didn't respond. And then after these 10, I basically messaged 5 of these manufacturers and asked for a sample order. Now, with that being said, I also know which company I want to work with. It's the Olan company. So I actually finalized my sample order through them, and I made a really small sample order. I just ordered one type of ring in one size, ultimately 9 rings in total, and it came out to be like $50 or something. So I'm really excited to see. So this was the message. In the previous videos, I showed like the intro message. So that's the intro message there. And then we scroll down, and then they respond to my intro message, and I give them the order on what I would like to get. And then ultimately, this is like more of a request and not the actual sample order invoice or the actual invoice order. I also asked them like what are their top selling to just get an idea. But what I ultimately did was just look at a competitor by searching on Google, you know, tungsten rings. And I went through Google like, for example, ManlyBands is the one that I actually compared. I think they're doing a really great pricing. And I feel like that I could easily like kind of mimic them and make it my own brand in a way. And their best selling rings, tungsten rings, are just simple. It's like black, silver, gold. Like, you know what I mean? It's simple, 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 thick. They're all thick too. They're all 8 millimeters. So I basically ordered something similar to this. Not exactly the same. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some of them are exactly the same. I can't tell by just looking at the images over here, but some of them do kind of look the same. So ultimately, I got simple designs, simple colors, but they look really cool. So so I use ManlyBands as an inspiration in terms of what's already working. They already have so many reviews and so many sales at such juicy prices. So I'm like, let's just get things that look similar, tungsten rings that look similar to the ones that they're selling. And that's what I basically did for the sample orders. So, okay, so we go down, I asked them for the top 10, and basically it's simple again, right? There's simple black ones, simple silver, simple black with a little bit of blue, silver again. So basically the simple ring sell is usually the case. And this is the sample order. So I say hello, the guy's name, Mike. So I send them a message, just say, hello, Mike, or whoever is the person's name that you're talking to. I would like to make this sample order. Then boom, I send them the sample order of the model. And sometimes I give the title of the name too and whatever else you need. Usually the model on its own is enough, but sometimes you got to give a color indicator. And so let's go back into that PDF file that I looked at to get those model numbers. I don't think they actually had it on their Alibaba page. So right here, these are like the model numbers over here. Usually every invoice has some type of like model number, right? So let's just open up a random one over here. We got this one there. You see model numbers, model numbers. So I just get those model numbers and the colors sometimes too, depending on the product that you're selling, or like the voltage or the type of adapter, European or American. I don't know. Sometimes you have to note those specific things. They'll probably ask you too. They're like, are you sure you want it US plugs? I think you want Euro plugs. And they'll be like, okay, okay. So I create the sample order with all the info regarding about the products that I want. They end up telling me that they can't get certain sizes. I decided to get a ring for my pinky, and I really have small fingers. So I measured myself. I actually bought the ring measurer. I'm like, let's actually get rings that fit so I can take some nice photos, at least on myself, you know. Use yourself as a model because it's free. And eventually you can just outsource or hire someone too. But unfortunately, they don't sell those small sizes. And I only did it because ManlyBands does, but I feel like they only do it just in case. From what I read, the average size is like from 7 to 12. Everything else is an extremity. So it's like, it's probably better not to have those sizes in the beginning. But I would like to, but whatever. It's probably better not to, I would say. So we're going to stick with like size 7 to 12 or something like that. So he said I had to up some of the sizes. Anyways, I sent the sample order, and sometimes they'll send you an invoice through Excel or like a PDF or through Alibaba in itself. Now, when you request the payment, in this invoice, by the way, so I show my address, where I want to ship it to, my phone number, and I say what kind of payment I want. The best payment is via Alibaba or PayPal, okay? And you will pay the fee. The fee is like 4.4%, but this is the safest way to pay. Okay, the second safest way is through Alibaba via wire transfer, which is like a one-time payment, I think of like $60 or something, or slightly more, but at least it's not 4%. Usually small orders less than 10,000, it's great with a credit card and doing it through this method, and then higher than credit card, then it's probably better to do it with your bank. But ultimately, if you want the safest, it's definitely best to pay with your credit card through PayPal and pay the 4% if you want 100% payment assurance, okay? If you want like 80%, then bank transfer via Alibaba. Now, I've never really ever gotten scammed through large orders through Alibaba. Sometimes things got delayed or some slightly bad things happened, but nothing overly bad. But I'm just letting you know the risks and the pros and cons, I mean, in terms of different payment providers, okay? So, or payment ways. Ultimately, you'll get a contract, and then you'll be asked to do a payment. I paid via a credit card, and through credit card, I can always do a chargeback. Now, it makes no sense to pay for a sample order via bank wire fee, because I told you the wire fee is like $40 to like $100 or something. This whole order is $61. So I got like, I don't even know, 10 rings plus I got okay domestic shipping. It's 10 to 15 days. Usually I'll get UPS or DHL shipping, which is like $30 to $50 for something like this. But it's a lot faster. It's like 2 to 3 days. I hope I get this quicker though. They say around 10 to 15 days I'll get it. Anyways, the price, beautiful price. 50 bucks for 10 rings and then 13 bucks for shipping. Insane price. You'll most likely get charged anywhere between 5 to 15% of the total cost. So 10% of this total cost would be $5 extra for this $50 sample order. Something like that. You obviously had to check with your own import clearance. Anyways, if you ship via these methods, they will do all the import clearance for you, so you don't really have to deal with any of that. If you want to do self-clearance, you can, but it's not worth it for packages this small. So we did the order and we paid for it. I just wanted to show another Alibaba invoice. So this person also sent me an invoice because I actually asked the sample order for them too. So the reason why you want to ask multiple people to create an order is one, price gouging. You're going to check the final price of the rings. I noticed the average price of these rings is somewhere between 4 to 7, roughly around $5. And I noticed most of the companies did sell it for that price. It was only 1 or 2 and they had it on their catalog page. It was like $17. I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother asking that company. So in terms of all the companies I asked, in terms of the price per product, they all had a fair price. In terms of shipping, they all offered DHL and UPS like shipping. However, the ones that didn't and offered more of the economy charged somewhere between 10 to 15. So this one is economy parcel, $10, which is fair. 10 to 15. I would say 10 to 20 for a small package economy from all the way from China is a fair price. Now, so the company that I got it from, they charged around $15, which is still pretty fair for that price. I was expecting around $30 because I actually wanted UPS or DHL, but this is fine too. Now another company, Paul said $30, and he's charging roughly around, again, like $3 to like $5 per ring. $30, slightly more rings though, but he's doing UPS. Anyways, the rings don't weigh anything. You can like ship out so many rings in a small package. Like a package this small can fit in so many tungsten rings, and it'll probably cost $100 to ship once you get a lot. So his price was a little bit higher, but it wasn't insane. Sometimes a company will say like $200. And you're like, how can it be $200 to ship out like a box of rings? It's impossible. So those are the two things you want to check out. That's why you ask multiple suppliers to give you the finalized pricing. So you get the shipping price and you also get the product price, because sometimes they jack the shipping price all the way up, okay? And then sometimes you pay for it not knowing that they juiced up the shipping. But most of these companies are actually pretty fair. Let's check out this Emily one too. Okay, I'll send it to your email. Oh no. I think actually only 3 people actually responded. So everyone gave a fair price, but I actually want to work with what's it called? Cassie Soman with Olan. So with the Olan Jewelry Company. So that's going to be something to look forward to. That'll be really great. So we went through multiple suppliers and trading agents. We found the best price for the lowest MOQ in terms of suppliers, which is this company over here. We also see what options we have in terms of fulfillment. So this company over here is insane because they do drop shipping. They do actual customizations. They do, make your own ring, laser engraving, direct to customer shipping, importing yourself, so you can do self-fulfillment. And they also do, drop shipping, which I've already mentioned. But what I'm trying to say is you don't even need to order everything. You can just, right there, you can just drop ship it. So it gives us multiple avenues. So it's in a way we can self-fulfill a little bit and on the side ship out, on the side have these products on our website that we don't self-fulfill and have them ship it out on their side. Okay, this is why I like working with this specific company, and that was all bonus. Ultimately, I'm just wanting to import these and sell these and ship it out myself, and then use a 3PL. But this is just a bonus that we can use them as a drop shipper too, because I think they can do a better job because it's very private. You're not using like AliExpress or whatever, right? We sent the sample order, which we did by sending out this email. So you can use this email as a template over here. I'll also have it in the course page. And also over here, have a contract and a clear agreement. Okay, so when you're making larger orders, so a $50, even like a couple $1,000 order may not be worth it. You want to be very clear and make a contract and they sign it too. So it's like if you want, I don't know, this device to be in black and have 2 HDMI ports and be made out of this material, you should have all of that stated and have them signed on both sides. Okay, so have some contract and clear agreement of what you're getting. This is more so if you're making your own product or you're branding your own product specifically to your own taste. This will really help with any disputes in the future. Checking price gouging. This is very important because I already mentioned this product or shipping, because in the finalized order, even though in the catalog pricing you see a great pricing, they may up the shipping price, or they may actually up the product price because they'll be like, oops, I don't know, this price got higher due to this or this or this. And then you want to check with other companies and you want to see if their cost of that specific or similar product also went up too or not. And then you can then pick the best company for the best price, and also pick in terms of like MOQ. The lower the MOQ, the better, right? And also the more personalized. If you can personalize it at a low MOQ, then that's the best option too. Then also look at competitors. That way, literally using Google or Facebook or TikTok, search up a competitor brand, see the top selling products they have on their website, and use that as a reference point on similar products for you to import or the style to import. That way you can sell easy in the beginning and then venture out into something more exotic and like you don't know if it's going to sell. You know what I mean? Stick with the stuff that has proof and then expand from that. So we did all of that. Ultimately, right now, we're just waiting on the sample order. And the last thing I just want to finalize is payments. So payments via Alibaba plus PayPal plus credit card. Basically what I'm trying to say is if you pay them through Alibaba, so unpaid over here, and if we go up, I just want to open up that invoice. So sometimes they send an invoice like this. I just want to show you that. Save it, open it, and oh, here's the order. And is it opening? Yeah, it's opening. Anyways, here's the order. So over here, make payment. You click on it. Now you have multiple options to make this payment. You have your credit card. You have PayPal. I would rather you do credit card through your PayPal. That's the best option through Alibaba. So it's like credit card through PayPal through Alibaba. Because sometimes they'll say you to pay them directly via PayPal, which is still not bad. I've done it multiple times too. So it's like you'll pay them with PayPal, but you use your credit card through PayPal to pay them through their email. Sometimes they'll ask them to send a payment through their email. That's not bad. That's like the second best option. And then the third best option is wire transfer through Alibaba. But like I said, credit card through PayPal, through Alibaba, and credit card in general. If you're paying with your regular credit card to make your payments, you always have like 100% guaranteed access to like a refund. Everything else is kind of like, I don't know. Okay. So wire transfers, you do it with companies that you built trust with. And, you know, the price eventually is at a high point that 4% is nuts. It's not worth it to pay that anymore with that company. Okay. So yes, if you have more questions regarding about payments or disputes and stuff, let me know. We can go through that. That's like a whole nother video, but we pretty much did everything we need to do. We're just waiting on our sample order. Okay. Oh yeah. I just wanted to note too, sending a wire transfer directly to that company is also fine too. However, I truly recommend in the beginning, just do it through Alibaba. Majority of these companies that I found, you can directly send a wire transfer from your bank to them. I pretty much trust most of these. However, it's still better just to do it through the Alibaba. That way you're assured that everything is done properly. Just to show you is like, okay, so if we click make payment, and then click wire transfer, and then let's do international wire transfer. See, it's like $40 or something. Continue. We have to basically get all this stuff, go to the bank, and then they'll do a wire transfer for us, okay? And this is totally fine. The difference between Alibaba and direct is Alibaba is going to be an intermediary. Now, if you do it through directly to their bank, there is no intermediary and they get money directly. But I recommend through the Alibaba, but I've done it multiple times through wire transfer too, because I've audited the company and I know exactly what I was going to get. I'm just letting you know because sometimes they don't do Alibaba anymore because they're so big. It's usually not that there's not big companies, but sometimes some companies get so big or they don't want to deal with Alibaba, they just stop using it. And therefore you're stuck with either PayPal or just wire transfers. And I'm just saying, if you're working with the company, then it should be fine to do the wire transfer. But always, always do your own due diligence, okay? So that's pretty much it. We're just waiting on the sample order. In the next video, we're going to go through the sample order, check the quality, and then make the final order. And then in the rest of the video, it would be the next part in the next chapter, which we'll be talking about building the website and product offer and angling and like product photos and how to, you know, demonstrate your product and etc. So that's the end of this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great one and stay strong, everybody.